Will Luffy achieve Gear 6 in One Piece? After Luffy's Gear 2, 3, 4 and now Gear 5, some fans ask themselves if we can expect a Gear 6, but this seems highly unlikely. Firstly, we know that in One Piece, the awakening of a devil fruit is the ultimate level of power. Luffy himself mentioned that Gear 5 is his peak, and in this form he already can do anything he imagines. Moreover, since the start of the final saga, Oda has focused more on Haki, particularly its advanced forms. This could tell us that a new gear may not be necessary. However, there is still a possibility of different variations for the Gear 5 mode. For example, Gear 4 had different variations like Snake Man or Bounce Man. Perhaps Luffy can also invent different variations like these, because he can do anything he imagines. There are no limits to his creativity. For more One Piece content, don't forget to join my crew. Will there be other people joining the Straw Hat crew? If it were up to me, I'd like the crew to have at least 20 to 30 members, similar to the Blackbeard Pirates or Red Hair Pirates. But in the early episodes of One Piece, Luffy mentioned that having 10 members would be enough. If Oda sticks to that, we only need one more person. If you ask me who I would like to see in the crew, I'd probably say Marco, Yamato or Bonnie could be really good crew members. But I don't think Oda will add any more crew members, because right now, One Piece is in its final saga and the anime got paced up. If Oda wants to bring a new crew member, he has to add a new story and backstory, and this would slow down the pacing. But we will see. Oda can surprise us anytime. Who do you think should be added to the crew? Write down in the comments. And if you like this video, you can follow me and join my crew. Will we see a second time skip in the future? I think there should be a second time skip. I think it would be good when we see Luffy's prime at the age of 20 to 25. But now I feel like it might not happen, because Luffy and the crew are heading in the right direction to find the One Piece. We are in the final saga and the story paced up, so Oda probably won't write a second time skip. But one other possibility is, after finding the One Piece, there could still be a time skip. For example, after finding the One Piece, the Straw Hats could expose all the secrets of the world government to the world and prepare for a war against them. And in this case, of course, lots of people, especially the revolutionaries, would join them. And this could be prepared through a 1 or 2 year time skip. That's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Will Luffy die? We once heard from Rob Lucci that Luffy's techniques like Gear 2 and Gear 3 puts too much strain on Luffy's body, and by using those techniques, he is slowly decreasing his lifespan. And when Luffy told Rayleigh about his new technique Gear 4, Rayleigh told him that this technique is putting even more strain into his body. If we think like that, Gear 5 forces Luffy's body even more. We can see that especially when Luffy deactivates his Gear 5. Additionally, in Impel Down and Marineford, Luffy received 2 injections from Ivankov, which shortened his lifespan by 20 years. I believe we will see Luffy's death at the end of the series. He would probably achieve all of his dreams, just like Roger did, and then live a very short life and die. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Follow me and join my crew. Oda once stated that one of the Straw Hats would die in the final Great War. I know this is truly heartbreaking. However, this could also have a positive impact on the story. We could experience very emotional and high quality sad scenes. Remember how sad the funeral of Going Merry was. If one of the crew members is gonna have a meaningful and sad death, I'm sure it will be a very emotional moment. And I think Frankie could be a good candidate for such an emotional and meaningful death. So who do you think will die from the Straw Hats? Why did Dragon leave the Marines? In the latest manga chapters, we got a Dragon flashback, and it is revealed that Dragon was a former member of the Marines. That was not a big surprise, because Dragon is Garp's own son, and Garp also wanted Luffy to become a Marine. We don't know Dragon's rank yet, but at least he should have been a Vice Admiral. We also assume that he was comrades together with Akainu, Aokiji, and Kizaru. In Marineford, Akainu even refers to Luffy as Dragon's son. Even that shows us that Dragon and Akainu share a very personal connection, and Sakazuki might actually hold some sort of grudge against Dragon. While Sakazuki is the fleet admiral now, nearly 20 years ago, when the Ohara incident happened, he was still a vice admiral in the navy. But by that point, Dragon had already left the Marines. This means Dragon left the organization long before his powers fully peaked, and he probably continued to get stronger after building the rebellion rebellion. The reason why Dragon left the Marines must be because he probably realized that there was no justice to be found in the Marines. Did Shanks beat Kaido in Marineford? Before the Marineford arc, it was said that Shanks fought with Kaido. Later on in Wano, we also learned that Shanks fought Kaido because he wanted to stop him from coming to Marineford, because everyone was surprised that Shanks managed to arrive to Marineford in such a short time. In my opinion, it is obvious that Kaido and his crew were not defeated so quickly. No matter who you are, it is nearly impossible to easily defeat the crew of a Yonko. In reality, Kaido probably wanted to take advantage of the chaos to try to claim a victory, but Shanks stopped him. Going in an all-out fight against the Red Hat pirates without any reason wouldn't have been good for him. That's why I don't think the two sides actually fought. I believe Kaido retreated back to Wano instead. Follow me and join my crew. Where is Luffy's fleet? Luffy's fleet is pretty much separated and doing their own pirate stuff. Some even got in trouble with other Yonkos. It seems like they don't have a purpose right now, but I believe Luffy's fleet will come to help in the final war arc. In fact, I think Luffy himself will personally call them for help. Right now in the manga, Luffy already met the giant pirates in his fleet in Elbaf, so I think the Great War is near. What do you think? Comment down below. Follow me and join my crew. What will happen when Luffy and Garp meet each other again? This is one of the scenes I'm most curious about. They haven't met since Marineford. I think Garp would be very emotional because as soon as he sees Luffy, he would immediately think of Ace. However, I don't think Luffy would be angry against Garp because during Marineford, Garp chose to step back instead of stopping Luffy. I believe Luffy would understand this now as well. That would be a very emotional scene, unless Garp dies in the pirate island. Follow me and join my crew. When will the All Blue appear? We accepted the existence of All Blue mainly because it's Sanji's dream, but I am not entirely sure if it actually exists. It could be a place that existed before the Void Century, or maybe after the Big War, there might be changes in the shape of the world, and some lands and seas could shift, causing All Blue to exist. Tell me what you think in the comments. Follow me and join my crew. Who is Luffy's mother? Eiichiro Oda claims that he has shown Luffy's mother in the series. Eiichiro Oda said that in an old Q&A session, but I'm not entirely sure if Oda was being truthful back then. If it later turns out that Luffy's mother is someone we have never seen before, I wouldn't be too surprised. I think most theories don't make any sense. For example, there's a theory about Nico Robin's mother being Luffy's mother, but she actually died a few years before Luffy was even born. And please don't even think about Crocodile. That theory doesn't make any sense for me. Currently, the strongest theory about Luffy's mother is that the Amazon Lily Queen before Hancock was Luffy's mother, and his name is Tritoma. Right now in the manga, we have seen Dragon finally taking actions against the world government. We also learned some information from Dragon's past. I think we might see a Dragon flashback soon, and as soon as we learn Dragon's backstory, it might turn out that Luffy's mother actually had a significant role. We'll just have to watch and see. What will happen when Luffy meets Shanks? This actually depends on when they meet and where they meet. Most likely, in my opinion, they'll meet during a battle, probably in the final Great War, so Shanks might not have much time to talk to Luffy. However, if they meet in a calmer setting, I think he will celebrate with Luffy and be like a father figure, just like Rayleigh. I even imagine the two crews starting to eat, drink and sing. After some time, I think this might lead to a Luffy and Shanks duel, just like Roger and Whitebeard's duel. What do you think? How strong are the CP0 members? CP0 is an organization working directly under the world government. Their job is mostly assassination or being spies. So we don't expect them to have strong combat power like the admirals. That's not their role. But that doesn't mean they are weak. They are very skilled agents and assassins. We already know some of them like Roblucci, Kaku and Stussy. They are definitely not a Yonko or admiral level. So the world government should stop sending CP0 to assassinate Luffy and start using them in their own fields, just like they did back in Water 7. When it comes to being undercover and assassinate, these guys are the best in their field.